Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and I'm directly off a plane, not even like what, 8 hours ago, something like that, from Dallas, where I got to hang out and meet a lot of people, but there is no rest for the wicked in the arena because there was a ban announcement today, absolutely out of nowhere, unexpected, and it is for the Pioneer and Explorer format. So if you clicked on this thinking it would be a standard ban, it is not. It is for the Explorer format, but keeping you guys up to date. Apparently you guys really appreciated it last time because a lot of views on that video, a lot of opinions. And on the side, I am looking at Explorer. I think the day will come pretty soon where there just isn't another standard deck to play this summer, and Explorer may have to bridge the gap. So I am paying attention to the format. It's not a completely off-topic video because, well, I like to follow everything that has to do with Magic Arena on this channel. And now that I don't have a podcast on which to totally vent about these things and bounce them back and forth and put my opinions out there for you, I may as well make a short little video about it. So let's get right into it. The June 7th banned and restricted announcement. Professional YouTuber at work here is this nice big fonty text that you can read. Let's get it a little larger there. A little larger. Can we go larger than that? Okay. Something like this. All right. Pioneer, the paper version of Explorer that goes back to Return to Ravnica, the format that the next Pro Tour is going to be played. In Pioneer, as of today, Winota Joiner of Forces is banned, and Expressive Iteration is banned. And in Explorer, Expressive Iteration is banned. And please note that Winota, Joiner of Forces, was already banned. When they banned Winota from Explorer, and this wasn't very long ago, my ban update video I think was like a month ago, not that long, they said that they were going to bring it back in September when Dominaria United released and give it another run. I think we can now see that's a pretty bold-faced lie since they banned it from the whole format as a whole. A little bit of double standard going on there, but for some reason they made this decision. And then Expressive Iteration. What? Wow. We know it's a good card. Banned? Like banned? I mean, does every blue-red deck have to play Expressive Iteration? Pretty close. Pretty close. It's hard to picture many that wouldn't. And it definitely is a kingpin type card, and one of the best things you can draw in Arclight Phoenix. I imagine Indomitable Creativity decks absolutely need it as well. I bet that Luca Fires enjoys it, all these things. But is it the card? Was that the card that went too far? Expressive Iteration? I can't even. What? So on the bright side, those are just uncommon wild cards to most of you. On the downside, wasn't this like an $11 uncommon in paper? Let's see. Let's go to Scryfall. And let's go Expressive Iteration. I am curious. $5.29. I imagine it's dropping like a rock. And then we've got $12.43 for the pretty version. But yeah, like it's going down for real. All right, this guy is falling. Let's go. So I'm really curious what they say about Expressive Iteration. This is wow. To me, this is very wow. And let's read what Michael Majors and Ian Duke at Wizards of the Coast R&D have to say. Pioneer. As noted in previous updates, we want Pioneer to provide as diverse an experience as possible, built out of an ever-growing collection of standards past. Over time, it has become clear that Naya Winota is suppressing diversity, as its power and consistency have drastically reduced incentives to play any other linear creature-based strategies. Not only is it a resilient mid-range deck that can levy many of the powerful mana creatures available in the format, but its explosive draws involving the deck's namesake can create unassailable battlefield states as quickly as turn 3. Yeah, that's That's how the cards worked the whole time. Okay. Due to its large metagame share, high win rate, and ability to create frustrating removal check gameplay, Winota is banned. How didn't Winota like make it out of standard alive? It did, right? It made it all the way through standard unchecked. It did exactly what they're talking about right here the whole time. So is Wizards completely changing its philosophy on like the banned list here? Because I feel like Winota got away with this for 2 years in standard. Anyway. Expressive Iteration has been a multi-format all-star since its release in Strixhaven School of Mages. It has fueled a variety of highly successful Izzet strategies in Pioneer by both providing card selection and card advantage at a much higher rate than what was available to other decks, making it extremely difficult for other strategies to engage them in wars of attrition. Although we recognize that there are several other powerful card draw spells in the format, notably Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, those cards are busted. We currently believe that Delve spells contribute to blue decks in Pioneer having a unique identity among Eternal formats. So they haven't said anything like this before because everybody believes the Delve spells will eventually be banned because they were too good for other formats. But here Wizards is going on the record. We think that these give blue a unique identity in Pioneer. And now people might be like, well, I'm going to go out and buy those Delve spells. And well, Wizards, if you have to ban them a few months from now, it looks pretty dumb for you. Anyway, as Pioneer's card pool has fewer stronger cantrips and no fetch lands, we're hoping many Delve cards can continue to be a part of the format at a more moderate power level compared to how they would play in other non-rotating formats. We'll see. To lower the win rate of the wide variety of Izzet decks and bring them further in line with other strategies in the format while maintaining what makes them special in Pioneer, Expressive Iteration is banned. So, Expressive Iteration busted. Dig Through Time Treasure Cruise, fine. It's weird because I've heard so many podcasters and competitive players saying that they'd be totally fine with banning those Delve cards because they have a busted history. But somebody at Wizards really has it in their head that this is fine. But Expressive Iteration, look at 3 cards, play one, put one in hand, not fine. No freaking way. And just look at the polarity. The polar. That's definitely not a word. Anyway, just look at the difference between like the play patterns that they're banning. Winota is being banned because turn 3 go burr, you die. If like Expressive Iteration is like your turn 3 play that you're really hoping will hit a land and you'll have 1 mana left for interactive if that mana is untapped. If you play Expressive Iteration against Winota Joiner of Forces, most of the time you die. So how is that the worst card? I know it's really good. I'm not arguing it's really good. And I'm curious to see what will happen without it in the format. And if we'll all look back and be like, oh yeah, it's like Divide by Zero in Standard. That really was kind of busted, wasn't it? But it's still rather shocking that like they share a band announcement. These two things are such polar opposites. They represent like totally different turn 3 experiences, one of which just completely thumps the other. It's mind-blowing. Anyway. It's worth noting that we will continue to line Pioneer ban announcements with action in Explorer. This means that Let me read that again. It's worth noting that we will continue to align Pioneer ban announcements with action in Explorer. Okay. But not action in Explorer with Pioneer ban announcements such as Winota, I'm guessing. Anyway, this means that Expressive Iteration will also be banned in Explorer. Winota was previously banned in Explorer. When we made that change, we noted that we would revisit that ban with the release of Dominaria United. However, now that Winota Joiner of Forces is banned in Pioneer, we plan to leave it banned in Explorer. Nothing has changed, right? Like, there aren't that many new cards. Winota deck list hasn't basically changed in the last month or so. Why Why did a month after banning it in Explorer did they figure out, okay, cool, this is fine, we're going to ban it in Pioneer too, especially after telling people it was coming back for Explorer? I mean, there are people who love Winota. They're going to be mad. I mean, it really sucks. Really sucks for them. They were both given false hope of playing it again on Arena, and given false hope that it was going to remain a part of Pioneer, because they basically said as much in the announcement. So what the hell are they doing? Okay. Okay. Other formats. Whoa. I didn't expect that we would talk about Standard today. While we're choosing to make changes only to Pioneer ban list at this time, we did examine and discuss the health of each of our competitive play formats. For each of those other formats, we found the metagames to be in a generally healthy state, characterized by moderate play rates and win rates among the most played decks, a good variety of choice among completely viable decks. Below is a short summary of our no changes decisions for several formats. That's fresh. I do not think they've done this very often, and I welcome it. So cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Standard. Our data from the Platinum and higher MTG Arena ladder shows the standard metagame as being in a healthy spot. Do you guys agree? You Plats and higher, are you enjoying your healthy metagame? Various 3-color mid-speed decks are the most played archetypes, the most popular of which, Esper and Grixis, each occupy about 10% of ladder meta. Jeskai variants, including Hinata or Lear, have been growing in popularity at higher levels of play, but remain healthy populations and win rates. Conversely, Runeforge champion decks and mono white aggro have become less popular over time. Mono green aggro, while not one of the most popular archetypes, shows promising win rates against many of the more popular archetypes. Hint, they think you should play more mono green. Yeah. All in all, this indicates potential for the metagame to continue evolving, and the current state already reflects good levels of diversity. They didn't mention Goldspan Dragon at all. The card just has a free pass for life, man. Fortunately, just about every card, like so many of these cards are actually going away in the fall. It's kind of crazy, but not Inada, not Lear, but Runeforge Champion, Goldspan Dragon, and so many other things are actually rotating that the fall rotation looks pretty promising for a shakeup. Kaldheim is insanely powerful. Nothing is nearly as powerful. I'm really looking forward to a format where you might look at like Kamigawa or Midnight Hunt as the powerful sets, you know, because the cards in them are very interesting in my opinion. Plus we have to see what is a Hinata deck without a Magma Opus. That's going to be an interesting experiment. Anyway, I'll do more shows about rotation as it approaches in September, but just something to think about. But it looks like, guys, we're going to go the rest of the summer without changes to standard. Like I said, at some point, there's probably going to be a video. I'll probably even name the video I Couldn't Take It Anymore. And then we play some Explorer or something. All right. The modern meta continues to show great playstyle diversity with aggro, tempo, combo, control, and ramp all represented in the 10 most played decks. The most played deck is at Murktide, represents 10% of the meta, and hovers right around the 50% win rate. Yep. Good stuff in modern. I watched the Mason Clark win the main event at DreamHack with a deck called Money Pile, which I thought the Arena audience, if you've never seen it, would love. It's a deck that has Omnath and 3 mana Teferi and just endless expensive cards. It just spams expensive cards until they die. It's something. Anyway, Legacy. Since the ban of Ragavan in January, the win rate of Izzet Delver has come down, and the deck now shows appropriate strengths and weaknesses. Reanimator, Control, Resource Denial, Combo, Aggro are all additional macro archetypes that are seeing success. Yeah, Legacy, where every deck is a money pile. We'll continue to keep an eye out for unhealthy or unfun play patterns. Vintage. Data on Vintage tends to come in relatively small sample sizes, and we're not currently seeing anything that indicates changes being necessary. The cards that are shaking up Vintage and Legacy, by the way, are the frickin' Ledger Shredder. Ledger Shredder. The absolutely broken whenever you cast your second spell Connive, because every card in Legacy and Vintage is 1 or 0 mana. So Ledger Shredder is now the big bad of these formats. I just found that pretty funny. All right. So I like that they're updating us with some kind of a decision process. I am what I still can't believe Expressive Iteration got it, and I can't believe that Winota Joiner of Forces didn't just get banned last month, and instead they gave everybody false hope that it would return. Like, man, they seemed like adamant that Winota was meant to be a part of the Pioneer metagame last month, and I don't know who she made mad. And there's also always an element of what we don't know when it comes to these ban announcements that a lot of people don't mention or forget to mention, fail to mention. We don't know what the next cards are. Wizards does. So if there's another Agent of Treachery type effect coming, or if there's a way to create, 3 tokens for 2 mana, something that just breaks Winota in half, Wizards knows what's in the future sets. We do not. And maybe something coming out this fall in Dominaria United just made Winota Joiner of Forces an unacceptable presence. I don't know, but I'm pretty surprised to see it banned. Expressive Iteration, will we look back and say that this was the problem? Did Expressive Iteration need to be banned from Explorer? Now when it rotates out of Standard, it's not going to be playable on Arena except in Brawl. That's kind of, I guess, historic. I say those things and then I remember Alchemy and Historic exist. Yeah, is this the card? Was this the card that was too good for the Pioneer format, the Explorer format? And I struggle with that, but it is a very, very good card, very widely played. Just seems like an honest 2-for-1 though, a good amount of the time. Anyway, let me know in the comments. What do you think? And should I play Explorer? And if so, what do you want me to play in Explorer? Yorion goes without saying, but do you guys have decks you're spamming in Explorer? Tempt me to explore the Explorer that is currently unexplored. There's a good line there somewhere. I lost it. All right, thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.